All know the rivalry between Ghana and Nigeria from jollof to football. And this time around, we are just going to face them again as far as this Unity Cup is concerned. So, I have here with me an affable journalist who is actually going to tell us more about the Blasters of Ghana, the squad, Otu Addo has actually released and what he thinks about it and his overview with regards to the match against Nigeria. Charlie, what's up?
Cool.
All right, so let's talk about the Blasters of Ghana. So far, Otu Addo has actually revealed the Blasters squad, you understand it? We have Kudus Mohammed and some other players who are not in the squad. What do you think about his list?
Yeah, I believe our coach Otu Addo, as a coach, this time around with the position of the Blasters and how Blasters have fared in recent years, I believe it is about time he needs to change the fortunes of how we see the Blasters in recent years. From not qualifying to the AFCON and then also giving an exceptional performance against Madagascar and also Chad in our World Cup qualification, I believe there are a lot of air pressure on him to deliver, or if to extend to qualify us to the next stage of the World Cup. I think that's going to be one of the brightest things in our football recently, because our football have come to one of the of its lowest points.
Exactly.
It's about time we need to pick at the right time. So Coach Otu Addo's lineup, this is a squad we were seeing through that at least it will bring most of the local players, or even players who are performing very well, new faces in our Blaster squad. And I believe that this time around, our coach did so by introducing five new faces in our Blaster squad against the Nigeria, and if possible, after qualifying, we can play against either Jamaica or Trinidad and Tobago. So I think my overview of the squad is we have a very good squad, very excellent squad. Looking at the age, I think these are players we have almost 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We can groom them, and then also they will be the new faces of our Blasters. We are in a transition, and in our transition period, we're not getting the best out of our players. But I believe with this new squad and how they are performing with their various clubs, I think they can form a very good team. When given a very good tactical instruction to them, they can perform at the highest level for our Blasters.
All right, so now going to face Nigeria, we have Lawrence Atizigi in the goalpost. He's also part of the goalkeeping department.
Sure.
We have Benjamin Asari, who was actually instrumental in our past matches. We have Joseph Tete Annan from St. Patrick Athletics. Within these three goalkeepers, who do you think should be in the goalpost?
Yeah, I think with Lawrence Atizigi, I've gotten enough time to prove to Ghanaians that he's capable of commanding our goalpost. Exactly. But the recent performance for the Blasters hasn't been so bright. But looking at that of Benjamin Asari in our last two games against Chad and also Madagascar, he proved to Ghanaians that he's in a position of commanding the first 11 when it comes to our Blaster. So I believe he showed a lot of quality in our game against Madagascar. Yes, in terms of quality wise, in terms of players, I believe Madagascar and Chad, in terms of comparison, we cannot compare Madagascar and Chad to us on a tactical basis, on a quality basis. So in that game, or in that two games, you see Benjamin Asari didn't receive a lot of shots.
Exactly.
But with as little as he did, I think he did extraordinary, of which we all give him that praise he deserves. So I believe in this game, yes, against Nigeria, it's a very tough test against the attacking quality of this Nigerian side. We have the likes of Adama Lukman, Khalid Hianacho, the likes of Taiwo Awuni. Nigeria boasts of a lot of quality. So I think the bigger test for Benjamin Asari will be the game against Nigeria. But without my standing, at least we have Annan also as well. Yes, he has been one of the goalkeepers, I think, in recent times. He has proved a lot from West Ham under 21, getting a loan to Stevenage, St. Patrick, and now in the last 2 years, I think if you're talking about our goalkeeping department, one of the best goalkeepers you could talk of in the world is Benjamin Annan. He has been extraordinary for Team St. Patrick. The Safe Annan rather. St. Patrick at North Ireland League. I think he deserved the call up. Yes, 23 years of age. We just have to test him whether if in the future he will be able to command our goal post. Because looking at the age of Atizigi and the age of Asari, these are players
who are quite old.
Yes. So getting a new, also a young goalkeeper in, and I believe that he can understudy them and then also show a lot of quality to improve and also develop in the future to command our goal post.
Now let's go back a bit. Looking at the squad, do you think there was a player Otuado should have called and he didn't, or you think the squad is quite okay?
Is it in terms of our goalkeeping department or generally?
Or in general.
Yeah, you could see our squad clearly. My bigger issues are the number 10 position. It's about the number 10 position.
And who do you think should have been there?
Yeah, I think the coach introduced only with the absence of Mohamed Kudus. The coach brought in Aziz Issa from FC Barcelona, who was part of our under-20 AFCON, which just ended at Egypt.
Yes.
I believe even in that tournament, the body didn't show clearly that level we used to know during the time at Dreams FC, because of how he has not gotten a lot of playing time at FC Barcelona Athletic. So in terms of the physical level, he couldn't compete with the PS.
Yeah, exactly.
So clearly he's a little bit rusty. So in a tournament like Nigeria, playing against Nigeria and this, we're expecting at least you bring a player who have been playing day in and day out for their clubs. Players who are physically on par with their best, who are playing regularly, but with Issa soon, it's not like that. But I believe that, yes, looking at where he's coming from, there are a lot of question marks around his call-up. You see, Ketekreku boy, so
not really about Ketekreku, but I believe he was just doing something to console some of the young guys. There are some kind of skeptics around him. He being signed to FC Barcelona after his loan, and I believe he was just doing something to console him, just to comfort him, just to make him know that yes, indeed he deserved to play football. You understand? Let's look at someone like Afenejan. Afenejan has not been getting that mileage in Juventus. You understand? From US Cremonese to Juventus, and he has not been up there. You understand? But then he has been he's been called back to the Black Stars. But I believe it was a way to comfort him that yes, indeed you are part of us. You get it? Now let's get to the defensive fraternity. Who do you think should be in the defensive fraternity as far as Gideon Mensah, Benizalnan, Mohamed Salisu, these guys are concerned? Now you are dealing with your first 11, so let's, in as much as you talk about it, then just mention your first 11 as well.
Yeah, I believe with our defensive department, there are a lot of wounds and a lot of inconsistency when it comes to our defensive department. Since Otuado took over, we've seen the partnership with Mohamed Salisu and also Alexander Djuku in recent years. Yes. We've seen the likes of Ambrosio have come in at some point in time. But with this particular squad or squad that has come, I believe that Coach Otuado will get the best out of, or get a proper true partnership in terms of Mohamed Salisu and then also Steven Ambrosius, who can partner Salisu in that defense. But my problem is being our right back position. You see, calling Kamaradini Suleimane from Mediama, then Aaron Isel from North Texas, on loan from St. Johnston, that's Scotland. I believe these two players, in terms of their profiles, I don't see them fit quietly to what Coach Otuado demands from the fullbacks or from the right back. Yes, Otuado as a manager, a defensive manager. So clearly, in terms of the laterals, being the fullbacks, we've seen Aledi Suedu at some point in time in our right back. We've seen Odoi at some point in time our right back. So clearly, yes, in as much as we believe that our fullbacks need to create a lot, Coach Otuado have shown in recent years that it doesn't need creativity from the fullbacks. So bringing Aaron Isel, I think, based on the tactical ideas and the way he has played in recent years, I believe we will give him that hand to bring in this. But Kamaradini profile is similar slightly from that of Aaron Isel. You see, Aaron Isel is more of a defender, a defensive fullback. He can play more in a right centre back when it shifts to a 3-back system. We saw it under Desmond Ofoy and the 20 at Egypt, playing more of a right centre back, at times playing as a centre back in 3-man defense. So it's clearly a defensive minded fullback. So playing him or getting him, I think yes, we have a lot of attackers who can complement the lapses we get in terms of that attacking department. So Aaron fine, but Kamaradini is more of a wing back. From the days at Tamale City to Mediama, he's a player who is a forward thinking. Very, 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 very direct player. You always think of surging forward, in every game, in every chance that he gets. So it's not too good in terms of that defensive aspect, but a little bit more of an attacking player. So I think these two players complement themselves. But I believe the right back position have been positioned we've lacked in recent times since Samuel Nkum and then we've lacked a correct right back. So I think that's what Ghanaians need to look off. Come around very well. Coach Otuado need to come around very well and get a proper right back who can replace our right back. Because Ali Sedu or Doi, these are not properly full back. Okay. You can rely on in the next World Cup to come.
Right. So now you have Benjamin Asare in the post. Now let's see who are the players you think should be. Let's name them. Then let's see.
Yeah, I believe at the right back. I'll go in for Aaron Esau. Okay. Based on the experience he's gotten in recent times. Yes, Kamadin is doing very well at Mediama. Aaron Esau and the defense line. If Mohamed Salisu is in, he needs to start. Okay. Then Stephen Ambrosio needs to start because of the call-up we did. Okay. In the left back, yes, we have Gideon Mensah and also Ebenezer Annan. And Ebenezer Annan has done very well with Red Star Belgrade, winning the Cresvedia League. Yes. But I believe Gideon Mensah with experience and exposure in recent times will get the command over Annan. So I believe Gideon Mensah needs to play there. So in my defense line, yes, I'll go in for goalkeeper Benjamin Asare. We need to test them against this Nigeria attack, or we need to test him against this Nigeria attack. So Benjamin Asare in post, right back Ronesel, Mohamed Salisu, Stephen Ambrosius, and then also Gideon Mensah forming the defense line. Now in the middle of the pack, I believe with the introduction of a new player, Caleb Yerinchi, yes, I believe this is a player who is come to take over from Thomas Partey. You see, in recent years, the availability of Thomas Partey have been questionable when it comes to the Black Stars. Yes. If people have been questioning about the commitment to the Black Stars, yeah, sure. And with his age, anywhere he found himself, I believe we need to plan ahead of Thomas Partey. Exactly. And one player who have come at the right time is Caleb Yerinchi, just 19 years of age, from the Right to Dreams. And we know how Right to Dreams in recent years have provided a lot of talent for our Black Stars. So coming in from that particular academy, I'm not surprised at all. And he's doing very well at the Denmark League. Just 19 appearances, and he has already blown around the world, and people are looking for the signature. Top clubs are monitoring and scouting the development, and I believe that is one player, yes, very robotic in terms of in the midfield department, very, very physical. It's a player who can progress, dictate, and control the game as well for a while. So we are having a Thomas Partey reincarnate in Abrante Fanay Caleb Yerinchi. I believe that if we monitor his development very well in the next years, it will be the commanding midfield for our Black Stars. You see, with our midfield, we have a lot of quality. Yes, exactly. Based on the squad Otuado code, I think one position that we don't lack has been our midfield. In recent years, our midfield has been the stronger position in regards to our Black Stars. So in recent years, we've seen the Ebenezer Annan, the likes of Antoniana Rada, Suleiman Tali, Michael Essien, and Nko in our midfield. So our midfield have held our Black Stars in recent years. I believe this current generation also have a host of talent when it comes to our midfield. You could talk of Abu Francis, you could talk of Caleb Yerinchi, Salid, talks of what do we call Ibrahim Suleiman from Atalanta. Yes, look at the IMS of the league. Look at 2 crucial goals he scored for Club Atalanta. So I believe the department that we don't lack has been our midfield department. And this time around, I believe based on the squad Otuado code, it will be very difficult for me to pick 3 players or 4 players who will start in our midfield.
Now, the boys in your call to choose first level, so at least you need to get us your first level, because in as much as we have a coach, we are also the coach behind the television, you understand? Yeah, sure. So because if he doesn't do well, we are just going to talk. Sure. You get it? Sure. So we need to also know the kind of first 11 or the starting squad we need to put in as far as this squad are concerned. You understand? Now, okay, now you've done your best with regards to the midfielders. Let's go to the forward or the attackers.
Yeah, with the forward, I think Otuado this time around, one thing which have been consistency in our lineup have been the wingers. Okay. But this time around, I don't see much wingers in our squad. So in recent years, if you close your eyes and start naming our wingers, you could talk of Ibrahim Osman, the likes of Enes Nyama, Kamadin Suleimana, the likes of Joseph Pentel and Co.
All these guys come as well.
Yes, all these players are not in the squad. And clearly we lack midfield wingers. Yeah. In recent years, with the absence of these players, you've seen the likes of Inaki Williams and also Antoine Somaya from our wing play. But this time around, all these players are missing in our starting in our squad. And clearly, looking at the squad very well, I believe Otuado will go more of a 4-4-2.
Okay.
And in that 4-4-2, the arrowhead will be our captain in Jordan Ayew, and then also
we have Afenejan being there. We have some kind of players. So we have Afenejan, Thomas Asante. We have Kwame Opoku, which from Kotoko, and also Mohamed Fousseni from Union St. Gallions.
So Mohamed Fousseni, I think, can also play a little bit wide, because looking at the games for Team Union St. Gallions at Belgium, I think is one player we need to applaud him, because leading a club like Union St. Gallions to achieve this historic mark in their history is very remarkable. Exactly. 90 years of the club existence. This is the first time the club is winning the Belgium Pro League, and I believe that he was one of the instrumental players for Sebastian Pogonoli's Royal Union's team. And I believe that he has done so much very well. The pace. One quality about him is the pace and how he runs in behind of the defender. So yes, in as much as I'm talking about the lack of wingers record, I believe Mohamed Fousseni can play from that wide area. So it's a player, yes, based on the form and the quality is shown in Belgium League. I believe coach should give him the chance to start in this game. So for my wings or for my attacking department, I'll go in for Jordan Ayew, Fousseni, and then also
we have Christopher Babus, we have Thomas Asante.
Yes, Thomas Asante was part of our past squad. Exactly. We got into our World Cup squad, yes, but he didn't get that much time to play. Yes. But I believe as it stands now, based on form, Fousseni is ahead of him. Jordan Ayew is ahead of him, and then if I'm coach, I'll try Kwame Opoku from Kotoko as well in that attacking department. You see, he was one player. Yes, he was one player. Didn't get a lot of chance since last call up under CK Akono, but he has proved that test wrong after not being so impressive in the Algerian league. He has come back and is proving that still he has that quality, and he is still giving the goals to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So I believe yes, this is a unity cup, more of a friendly, and these players need to get the chance to prove that they can be in. For the
past 40 years, Ghana has no trophy. So I believe if we should win this one, it's a plus for us. So we shouldn't just see it as a friendly match or something, but then at least a game just to get us a trophy also. Because for the past 40 years, and the Blasters of Ghana has no trophy. And if we have a small trophy, like do I say a small trophy, like a minimal trophy like this, at least you work hard just to achieve it. Yes, even as a coach, Coach Ado, being a coach, you need to find a way out just to receive this also. So I have here with me, but you didn't tell them your name also. So tell them your name, and so how they can also get in contact with you also, because you're doing well in the world of sports.
I'm Alex. All right. But usually known as Tactical Thinker. Yes, we do talk about tactics. We do go into the game very well. So I believe that's my name. If you want to see me on Twitter, Alex Ayiku, or at Tactical Thinker. You can find me on Twitter and also on Facebook, Alex Ayiku.
So now our match against Nigeria, what do you think should be the scoreline?
I believe Nigeria, looking at the squad, they are also struggling. This is a struggling Nigeria side, and I was surprised when they appointed Eric Chelle, that's the Malian man, as their coach. You see, with the Nigeria, the direction they want to go. If I start talking about the Nigerian issues, I think we'll know close as it stands now. But yes, they are also trying to bounce back, and then also. What do I even say? I think they are also trying to bounce back from their recent poor performances,
especially in the World Cup
qualifiers. And Nigerians, when it comes to Nigerian and Ghana matches, as you said earlier, I believe there is this
deep rivalry
and a lot of competition in it. So it's a game, yes. In as much as it's a cup, we'll also have to find the bragging rights. Who really take or will lead this particular game. So I believe it's a game. If the game travel to penalty, I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, 1-1 scoreline, 0-0 scoreline, 2-2 scoreline. If the game travel to penalties, I won't be surprised.
Right, so that's Mr. Alex over here. Still live on Ghana Sports Updates. My name is Brad Kwame. So if you're new over here, just follow us for more updates like this.